Hey everyone, my name is Jake. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Brazil. But 5 months ago, I couldn't even put together one simple sentence in English. Not even a basic "how are you," without freezing or overthinking. I was completely lost. Today, I want to share how I became fluent in just 5 months. With no expensive courses, no traveling to another country, and no wasting time on useless methods. And listen, this isn't only my story. This can be your story too. If you've ever felt stuck, frustrated, or embarrassed because of your English, keep watching. I was in your exact position, and I promise that if you follow my steps, you will know exactly what to do to improve your English. But first, let's go back to where everything started. Because my journey didn't begin with motivation. It began with a massive failure that changed everything. High voltage the moment everything changed. Since I was young, I dreamed of working for a big international company. My goal was to become a software engineer in a top tech company. I loved programming, and I worked like crazy to become good at it. Finally, after years of effort, my opportunity came. I applied to a major US tech company, and one day I got an email. "Congratulations, you've been selected for an interview." I was thrilled. I started imagining my life. A new country, great salary, amazing team. But then the interview happened. I joined the Zoom call. 3 interviewers were there, all native English speakers. They started talking, and suddenly it felt like their voices were in fast forward. I understood almost nothing. Then came the first question. "Jake, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your experience in software development?" And I froze. I knew the answer, but the words refused to come out. I said, yes. I am, software. I do coding, many projects, good. I am very good." Silence. Painful silence. They asked another question, same result. At the end, one of them smiled politely and said, "All right, Jake. Thank you for your time." I knew exactly what that meant. I had failed not because I lacked skill in my job, but because I couldn't speak English. That day, I realized something huge. English wasn't just a language. It was the key to the life I wanted. And I didn't have that key. I felt embarrassed, disappointed, angry at myself. For years I told myself, I don't need English. But the truth hit me hard. Without English, I was invisible. That night, I made a decision. I would learn English. And I would learn it fast. White Medium Star Part 1. The first 15 days, fixing my biggest mistake. Most beginners make the same mistake. They think they need more vocabulary. I thought the same. But the truth is, I already knew many words. I just couldn't use them. So for the first 15 days, I didn't learn a single new word. Instead, I focused on using the English I already knew. Here's exactly what I did. 1. I created a survival sentence list. I wrote 50 simple sentences I needed for daily life. "Hi, how are you? Can you repeat that? I don't understand. I need a coffee, please." Every morning, I read all 50 sentences out loud 10 times. At first, it felt awkward. After 5 days, these sentences became automatic. 2. I talked to myself every day. Yes, literally. In the shower. I'm taking a shower. The water is warm. Making breakfast. I'm cooking eggs. They're easy to make. It felt silly at first. But this was my private classroom. In 1 week, my brain started thinking in English. 3. I practiced 5 sentences a day with native speaker style. I selected 5 sentences from movies or shows. I repeated each sentence 10 times, matching the emotion, tone, and speed. This improved my pronunciation and rhythm fast. By day 15, something amazing happened. I stopped translating in my head. I could speak simple sentences automatically. 1. I created a survival sentence list. So for the first 15 days, I didn't learn a single new word. Instead, I focused on using the English I already knew. Here's exactly what I did. I wrote 50 simple sentences I needed for daily life. Hi, how are you? Can you repeat that? I don't understand. I need a coffee, please. Every morning, I read all 50 sentences out loud 10 times. At first, it felt awkward. After 5 days, these sentences became automatic. 2. I talked to myself every day. Yes, literally. First answer. I worked. Then. I worked on my project. I worked on my project for 3 hours. I worked on my project for 3 hours, then took a break. Every time, add more detail. This trains your brain to think in English fast. Fire the echo technique, perfect for pronunciation. This made my accent so much better. Choose a sentence from a movie, YouTube, or podcast. Pause. Repeat it with the same rhythm and emotion. Over time, I started sounding more natural. Even native speakers noticed. Fire the story method for vocabulary. Vocabulary lists don't work. But stories do. I chose 5 new words daily, created a mini story, and read it out loud. Example. Excited invitation party arrive surprise. My story, I was excited because I got an invitation to a party. When I arrived, I got a big surprise, it was my birthday. After months, I learned over 1,000 words naturally. Fire thinking in English. To stop translating, I trained my mind to stay in English. I described everything around me. I asked myself questions and answered in English. I kept a daily English journal. Slowly, English became automatic. Fire the 2-hour rule. No matter what. I spoke English for at least 2 hours every day. With people or alone didn't matter. Consistency was everything. White Medium Star Part 3, My Breakthrough Moment. One day, I was talking to myself in the mirror. And something surprising happened. I wasn't translating. I wasn't stopping. The words were flowing naturally. That same day, I joined an online group to speak with native speakers. And for the first time, I had a deep conversation without struggling. That was the moment I knew. I'm fluent. Party popper reapplying for my dream job. 5 months after the failure, I applied again. This time, I didn't walk into the interview scared. I walked in confident. I wasn't fighting English anymore. I was using it effortlessly. And a few days later. Jake, congratulations. You got the job. My starting salary? $5,000 a month. I called my parents immediately. My mom cried. My dad said, "We always knew you could." With my first salary, I bought them gifts. A watch for my dad and a gold necklace for my mom. At that moment, I knew. Every sacrifice had been worth it. White Medium Star. The most important lessons I learned. 1. Mindset matters more than anything. If you believe you can improve, you will. 2. Surround yourself with English. Turn your phone to English. Watch content in English. Feed your brain English every day. 3. Speak without fear. Mistakes are part of the process. Native speakers don't care, they appreciate the effort. 4. Use shadowing and active listening. Copy the rhythm and tone of native speakers. 5. Learn vocabulary in context, not lists. Phrases are easier to remember than single words. 6. Learn grammar by using English, not by memorizing rules. 7. Consistency is everything. Even 10 minutes a day is better than nothing. White Medium Star final message. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. Speaking confidently, fluently, fearlessly. You can do it. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you make. What matters is that you start today. Speak, listen, read, write every single day. Because the pain of discipline is temporary. But the pain of regret lasts forever. So choose discipline. Choose growth. Choose your future.